Hello! welcome in, everybody. It is the Fiercestbard. I'm doing the art stream. I know my UI looks really weird because I don't think I actually got everything in there. Hold on a second, let me see something. I gotta check out what's going on with this. So this is the test stream. This is the test stream, everybody. I gotta see if I can even hear myself on one version of this, right? Because I don't know if the mic is actually picking up here. Hold on, let me see. Is anybody hearing me? Nobody's hearing me? Okay. Okay. Okay, it looks like I can hear myself. Okay. Okay. So it sounds like it's definitely picking it up. Right? Yeah. And then I can hear the music too, as well. It's just that I can't see chat. I can't see chat. Let me see if I can fix this in real time. Oh, let me just put the artwork in front. Wrong window. There we go. We're gonna put Tidia Star on us front and center while I try to figure this out. Sorry guys, this is like test stream extraordinaire time. Let's see, where the heck is chat? Okay. Where the heck do I put chat in here? Yeah, sorry, it's like I should have done this before stream started, but like I just couldn't I couldn't do it. So now I'm trying to figure it out on the fly. There we go. And then yeah. Let's see. Okay. And then I gotta put this somewhere over here. And then I gotta go test. Test. Yeah, there we go. It worked. Okay. 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 I think I got everything that should be working on here. I know that so you're gonna be able to see the Twitch chat on the side. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to see to run as a plugin for the YouTube chat. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to get that to work right now. But yeah, like that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna zoom in a little bit more on arting. We're gonna put that more in the center because unfortunately, there we go. Yeah, so unfortunately, like I don't know how to deal with that with having two things up at the same time for arting. Like maybe I could do a top bottom type of thing. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. It's just a little bit too weird to do top bottom like this. It doesn't. It kind of works, but not really. That's the problem. It's like it's so strange looking. But at the very least, you know, maybe you guys can see everything by doing it like this. Maybe if I make Titty Star a little bit smaller up top here, it'll work, but it'll work kind of strange for me in terms of actual arting, because it's like the bottom of the screen is not the most accurate part of the screen, so you know that'll be a problem. So maybe I don't do this, maybe we don't do this, maybe we just do it side by side like this, and then we just like we live with the results. But yeah, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing? I'm just getting back into the arting stuff. I know. There was some talk about me possibly doing arting this weekend and getting further into everything before this stream. There's a very good reason why I wasn't able to do that. Even though you guys can see I was actually trying to draw a hand. I did try. Let me give you no, no, Mooney, no. We can't have that right now, no. But yeah, there was a very good reason why I didn't get to it. Until just now. Tickle, you always tickle me. Damn it. But there was a very, very good reason, and I will tell you guys why. Okay, so I was actually messing with my printer. So as some of you might know, I mentioned earlier, I did get an art printer. Well, a photo printer, I should say. It's not an art printer. That's not a thing that actually exists. But I did get a printer because we've been participating in more and more in the Artist Alley stuff, right? As of this year and stuff like that, right? So I needed to actually start printing stuff because actually there was some news for us. There was some news for us this weekend. Suddenly I will be arting. I will be art tabling at Anime North next week, very suddenly. So I need to restock. I need to restock and you know, some requests. Yeah, I need to restock some of the art and stuff that I have quite suddenly. So I needed to get used to using the printer. So I ran quite a bit of art printing tests this weekend and stuff like that. I wasted a lot of paper and ink, but it seems like I'm starting to get used to things with that printer. So you know, things are looking good with the printer. I had to do a lot of prints. I'm actually getting really sick and tired of looking at certain prints that I made because I had to run so many versions of certain ones. No, miss, what's up? The child almost threw a fit because he wanted to drink orange juice out of a blue shot glass. The child wanted to drink orange juice? They shouldn't be drinking orange juice, right? Right, Juice? But how you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing good. But yeah, welcome in. I've just been talking about what happened during the weekend here and why I'm not further along with this particular artwork because of it. And it has to do with the fact that we got let's just say confirmed to do some art tabling at the artist well, okay, not quite at the Artist Alley at Anime North. I'll explain why in a moment. But yes, we will be at Anime North. We will be actually volunteering for the to man the table at the V Fleet table at Anime North. Me and Mooney. Mooney is going to be there as well. And stuff, as you guys noticed, I mentioned, right? And yeah, he needed a shot of vitamin C. Really, only issue is sugar rush. Oh, okay. Half of our art table opportunities have been really random, to be honest. They really have been. They just kind of come out of nowhere and stuff like that, right? So like, you know, but we got all the I's dotted and the lines crossed or whatever that old saying was about contracts and stuff, right? We are good to go, and we will be tabling at Anime North. It's just that our our table might be not as not like the usual. Let's just say. Yeah, I am technically a sponsored artist. So if you guys drop by the V Fleet table at Anime North next week, yeah, that's where we are gonna be. That's also where our our art stuff is going to be, and yeah, we are going to be there as a sort of sponsored artists situation. Yeah, because like we are volunteering our time to help them to run the V Fleet booth at the con and stuff like that, right? And like they thought it would be a really cool idea to offer us this opportunity in exchange, because like since we're volunteering our time and helping them out, they would help us out in exchange. And like I thought that, what, yeah, Mooney's told me, and I was like, wait, what? But I was like, the more I think about it, I was like, yeah. Okay. So what are we gonna have there? Well, the usual stuff that we had at CarrierCon. We had like art prints and stickers and stuff like that. I am preparing a selection of postcards actually to be available there too. Postcard size prints. Because I've since learned that some people who buy art prints, right, really like having smaller art prints so that they can carry them around a whole lot easier, right? So I've since learned that fact, and so I will be making some art prints that are much smaller sized and more portable for everyone. And yeah, there might even be a selection of these postcards that are I guess exclusive, convention exclusive postcards, as it were, because like there are some postcards that I feel like that we will be preparing that are specific to V Fleet, and yeah, they're going to be available at the table when we get that all set up. We still have to work out what the logistics of everything is gonna be. My primary focus is to help out at that at the booth and stuff like that, right? This stuff will be available at the booth, but it will, that's not my primary purpose for being there. But it'll be kind of interesting to see if we can do both. It's very strange. The only thing we can't refill is stickers and tote bags, but it is okay. Yeah, that's the only thing. We have a selection of stickers and tote bags. What we had previously is just what we're gonna have at this convention, because we didn't really know about this opportunity until just this weekend. So because of that, there's not going to be an opportunity for us to refill any of this stuff. So that's the unfortunate part, but it's okay. You take what you can get and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna be picky about it, because I have to be appreciative of the fact that we even get this opportunity, right? And like Mooney says, a lot of times our opportunities come in the very strangest ways. I'm really it's really funny how these things happen. They just kind of happen out of the blue, and yeah, you just make the most out of it, right? Opportunities that you get, if you and I would say that for anybody else, if you get the chance to do something, make the most of it, right? Just don't let it go by, without at least trying and stuff like that. I would say I would advise that for anyone in any endeavors that they have and stuff like that, right? Just to take advantage of it when the opportunity strikes. Yeah, just go for it, right? And that's something that I've been learning a lot, being around Mooney too, with the Artist Alley stuff, right? A lot of times these things just kind of happen, and I will fully admit I'm the type of person that shies away from things like this. I will be the first person to tell you that I will immediately, like, if it wasn't for the fact that Mooney pushes me to do things, right? I would be like the first person to be like, well, I'm not ready. I don't think this is a good idea. I shouldn't, like, I would be the first person to do that. But, I'm glad that Mooney always talks me out of those things. So, like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I was looking into Anime North only as so far as like thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna participate by being volunteers there, right? So I wasn't really like, doing my homework about the convention, as it were. Like, I was just kind of, curious about certain things, but I was like, you know, it's an anime convention. I did not know that it was supposedly. I did not know this was one of Canada's second, if not second, the second biggest, I guess, in Canada, like Anime North. I had no idea that this was such a big convention. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, whoa, oh shoot, yeah, holy, okay. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna feel like I'm underprepared, but I feel like every artist feels that way when they first do like every convention. I'm just gonna say it, right? Like every artist feels like they're just underprepared. They don't know how much stuff to bring, like what if anything is gonna even move and stuff like that. And like, oh, I wish I had more time to draw this or that to prepare for everything. I think every single artist out there feels like that when it comes to doing artist alley tables, right? Vlog how we accidentally tabled at a major convention. Technically we could do two vlogs on that too. That's not even a joke. That's actually a thing. This is a constant with me and Mooney. Like how these things just seem to happen to us. So yeah. It again, it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens. Like I'm looking forward to it. Like it'll be kind of fun, especially because like originally I had thought that, oh, that weekend's gonna be kind of, yeah, we get to go to an anime convention, but it's gonna be, we're gonna be there for work. We're not actually gonna be able to do a whole lot. But because now it's turned into like a tabling situation, where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a little different now. So I think because before it was just like we're gonna be there to work, right? And now we're gonna be like, not to say that we weren't gonna be working there before, like it was gonna be a fun weekend, because now we have to manage, because a lot of people will think of this as like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun and stuff, but when you really think about it, like we gotta manage a whole like a booth, for an agency and stuff like that, like, so now we got to do 2 times the work. this is gonna be kind of crazy, like, when I really think about it now. It's like, it's a challenge for sure, but we'll see how it goes, like, not to want to shy away from anything, but like, we'll see how it goes. And like, I'm hopeful for the best. That is all I can say, like, for everything, like having a successful tabling for the fleet, as well as our own personal stuff. And maybe if we're super lucky and we get to the convention center early, maybe we can do a little bit of a walk around and stuff like that. And we can actually have some video for once of one of our convention visits and stuff like that. And I will fully admit, I do record I do record when we go to conventions and stuff like that. I do actually have video from past conventions that I've gone to and things like that, right? But like, we just don't have the time to actually edit any of this stuff together and to make things out of it and stuff like that. And man, the that one finger is just not in the right place. Oh man, okay. Let me just fix this. Yeah, and while I'm like, so yeah, that's why this weekend I wasn't able to do the arting that I thought I wanted to do this weekend. I've been in full production mode with this printer and learning the ins and outs of it, and I feel like I'm getting the hang of how this printer handles and when to clean it and when to do maintenance on it and stuff like that. I've lost quite a few pieces of paper. I don't like it. That doesn't sound like oh, it's just paper, right? But it's art paper. It's like pricey art paper for prints and stuff like that. Like, I got this paper that's 11 by 17, so it's like the smaller poster size, right? In a satin finish, right? And that's glossy. So it's kind of like it's fancier paper, so it's not exactly like cheap paper. So, what convention are you guys doing? We're going to Anime North in Toronto, Canada and stuff, right? And part of the reason for that was because originally, we were on our way there to do it because we volunteered, me by proxy, but Amuni needed to help the V Fleet booth there, right? So V Fleet is a VTuber organization with a focus on promoting ships, right? Like museum ships and stuff like that, right? So Mooney is their tech producer and other things, and basically what happened was they realized that they didn't have many people on the East Coast except for Mooney. So we just happened to be here on the East Coast, so we were drafted. We were drafted to help out. Well, I was drafted to help out. Mooney was luckily available. So yeah, like, I feel like the it should be pretty interesting to see how this goes. I've never been to Anime North before, so I'm kind of wondering how it's gonna be like. But if any of you guys have ever been to Anime North, let us know. Let us know how it is, because this is a first time for me. I've never even been to that side of Canada before, so it will be kind of interesting. That finger is now too big. So let's and yeah, this was one of the big challenges for me in terms of this particular art. Putting together this hand and stuff like that. I have the base of the hand ready, as you can see, but the rest of it has been a challenge, as you guys can tell. I've been working on this for quite a while now, actually. There's been quite a few attempts at doing this hand, and I think it's like I'm slowly getting there with it. It's just that like I've gotta worry about foreshortening the fingers and getting them lined up properly at the same time as making sure that they actually look quite aesthetically pleasing, which is like, this is the challenge of drawing any kind of foreshortened hand. So you could kind of see it's starting to the pinky and the third finger, I guess. I forget what it's called. They're getting there. But the other two fingers are on a completely different they're on they're on their own in a completely different angle and stuff like that, right? So I gotta kind of match them up and stuff, but it's okay. It's okay. This is the struggle of arting, like getting things looking the way that you want them to. But yeah, well, so we'll see what happens next week. But I think it's safe to say that next week is going to be a pretty light streaming schedule for me. I may do one more stream, and then I gotta focus on packing and stuff. And I feel bad about it a little bit because it's sort of like I know that I came back to streaming like literally 2 weeks ago, and now I'm going away again, and it is a little bit frustrating because it's like I'm never consistent, right? So every time you take a break from streaming, you're almost like starting over, and I've been starting over nonstop. I've literally been starting over nonstop, every a few weeks and stuff like that. And this is my own fault, for not being more strict about my streaming schedule. I gotta really lock in and focus, and like make sure that I actually stream when I'm supposed to be streaming and stuff like that. These are the struggles of being a streamer, guys. It's not easy. Like this is why you really gotta love the streaming game. Like you really gotta be in it for the love of it, because if you're not, it's hard to maintain the schedule. It really is, especially if you have other things going on in your lives and stuff like that. Like, if you've got a day job, or if you got, other things, and then on top of that, like I'm not just streaming, but I'm also trying to improve arting and stuff like that. And it's like just trying to do all the things at the same time is difficult and stuff. So, we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna change how those two fingers are completely. I'm gonna change how, because I've got the pinky, and I've got the other finger going towards us being foreshortened, right? But then the rest of it is not. So let's try something, actually. Let's try to that doesn't look great. Yeah, I'm deviating away from the sketch I had done underneath so much. And it's like, damn, why didn't I just stick with it? Why didn't I just stick with it? Oops, wrong color. But yeah, this is gonna be our next week. So I fully expect that, I'm not gonna be streaming too much, if at all, next week. Maybe one more stream, I guess, right? And then what else? What else for next week? And then I will be back in Cappy Town. Um and then, after that is when we will start to get back to our schedule, and then I can start thinking about additions to the schedule, because I had wanted to I had actually wanted to do a stream on another platform, as it were, for certain types of art, and I've been talking about it nonstop for like a gazillion years. Well, I was gonna originally think maybe I'll do a pilot stream and try it out and see how that goes, right? But like I'm not able to do it this week because of the convention prep and stuff like that we're going to be doing, right? So I'm thinking maybe next week. Not next week. Sorry, the week that I get back from Anime North. We get back from Anime North, and then I will try it out. But why are her hands, why are her fingers so straight though? Like, what is she doing that makes... Like, that's the problem that I'm having right now, is that her fingers are all just kind of straight for whatever reason. She's not really doing a specific gesture with them the way that I'm doing it right now. So I feel like this is not the way to go now. All right, let's cut this. I didn't want to take out that pinky finger either, but oh, I just erased something that I need on there. Somehow it erased it. Yeah, I'm just having so much trouble with this hand right now. Maybe I can get her to do like... and then like a little peace sign or something like that, or... Nah, I kind of don't want that. Oh, hold on. I got a message. Sorry, I'm just checking messages real quick. Okay, so I thought I had something there with the hand, but I guess not. It's not. How about if we did... Hmm. So we're going back to this a little bit, but what if we... I don't know, but that kind of thing doesn't seem like her. All right, let's work on the other side actually. So I had an idea for her doing the double finger point instead of the the one that she has there right now with the open palm, because the problem with the open palm is not, you can fan out your hand like that, but it's like uncomfortable, and actually your fingers don't actually all fan out equidistance like that. Like you would have like a finger there and then a finger there, but then your other two fingers kind of like go upwards and then the other one goes up and stuff like that. They don't both stay, because it's just hard to do that with your hand like naturally. So you would have something more like the double finger point that I have right there and stuff like that. So I was thinking, okay, you know what? Let's do that actually. Let's work on that real quick. Because I feel like I have this one down much more solidly than the other one. So maybe I finish this one now. And then we work on that other one afterwards. Whoops. Always do that. The hardest part too for me with the fingers is like, you would think that it's like it's the spacing between the fingers that gets me, because I usually, like, I have a bad habit of drawing the palm too wide and then the fingers too small and stuff like that. So I have a lot of positional issues when it comes to trying to get them to look right. No, okay. Sorry, I'm scratching my eye for some reason. I know that's a bad habit, but it's like something went into my eye. I'm like, ugh. See, now that doesn't look right to me at all. So I just don't like the way it looks. Ah, hands, why are you so hard? Why are you so hard, hands? Okay, twist that one this way, and then... And that one should be higher than the index, the pointing finger, right? Like, so the middle finger should be higher than the pointer finger when you fan out your fingers like that. Maybe. Do a little bit of just like sketch it out and see how it goes, right? Then you always have that webbing there, or whatever they call it. Then you have that. That's the palm. Maybe I could... 2, 3, 4, right? So if I do something like this, more like this is more like the anime style type of thing, where like it doesn't. I don't think people's hands actually do this, but this is how I originally kind of had it. On the you could see the line art on the left side. I don't know if it's more visible on the. So maybe if I just take the pinky and just like maybe curl it a little bit, right? Okay, that works. I think that works more than how I had it before. I just gotta clean up the line art for this. Okay, and then add in what? She's only got fingernails on that side. Does she have any rings or anything like that? Does not look like she does. Surprising. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just create the line art for this, and then we will worry about the other side. And the line art for this hand, I'm doing it a little bit different than how I did it. How I did the rest of the line art a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. I shouldn't really switch styles mid drawing like this, but sometimes, you know. And again, like, a lot of times I have to fight the urge to be like, okay, this doesn't look good either, right? But the line art is kind of like, it's weird because for me, once I see it in color, once I have the color and the shading in it, then it starts to come together. But before that happens, I have a lot of trouble picturing it. And so I just kind of give up on a lot of things and a lot of ideas. And I really shouldn't do that because it's like, you just kind of don't know what you have until you get to the coloring part. So I need to fight the urge to just be like, okay, I don't like this, I'm gonna erase it. And again, I probably should not be switching styles and like, especially since this is like mid drawing, right? Like, you know, I already got an established look for the main body of the drawing, but I just want to see what would happen if I just kind of just go for it. Who cares? Who cares? But yeah, it's also starting to look like I think I saw something about the next banner for Nikkei. Looks like Mint is gonna make an appearance, so it looks like they're going all in on letting everybody get Titty Star. So if you're a huge fan, or if you want to be a Titty Star, apparently now is the time. I feel like this hand is like all over the place. Like it's too stylized. That's the word I'm looking for. Like it's way too stylized. Like her fingers are just literally just kind of like an octopus. They're just like, well, again, I'll see how it goes with this because it might look okay when I put it in color, you know, like. Okay, duplicate that layer, and then erase the hand. Gotta be careful where I erase, because this actually goes into this part here. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, actually. You know what? I'll just draw that part. It's fine. And then here comes the octopus hand. Oh man, the the line art is just too thick. I think I know a way that I can. Oh boy. And then if I do that, it messes up the line art there. No, I don't think it's gonna work, unfortunately. I actually don't think that's gonna work. It just does. It looks so different from the rest of what I was doing with this that it's like, oh man. So now I'm kind of stuck with this because it's like I'm having such a hard time with the hands here that it's like, oh, it's kind of depressing. right now. Though to be honest, like it's not as though this one is completely terrible. It's just gotta fix some of it. And then just erase this part here because it's too thick. Or pinky finger. And then just that. Yeah, I could actually honestly live with that. And that's not to say this is the most realistic hand either, right? Like, you know, I was saying before that one over there is like more like that weird anime style of like, oh, everybody's got weird wiggly hands in anime and stuff like that. They kind of tend to do that because it's more expressive, but at the same time, it's like it can get really weird. Okay, so her hand is like that, and then she's got like a set of beads that goes around her palm. So, um, my gosh. Now I can't do these stupid bead circles. Okay. Let's just... Okay. That might have worked. Let's see. Okay, that works for that. But then she has like a second set of them. Goofy, what's up? Can you give me tips on drawing Jujutsu Kaisen hands and faces, please? Yeah, you Goofy. I wish I could, but I unfortunately have to tell you, I haven't watched Jujutsu Kaisen. I think I watched like a couple of episodes of season 1, and I think, where did I stop watching it? It was like, am I even thinking of this the right anime? It's like the guy swallows like how uncultured. I know, right? Why? I have not. Yeah, I haven't watched enough of Jujutsu Kaisen to be able to comment on the styling for that and stuff like that. That's the unfortunate part here. I really need to get back into watching anime, but like my like schedule doesn't allow me to. Like I tried to watch Witch Hat Atelier recently. I really wanted to watch that one, especially with how with everything that everyone was saying about it, and I only managed to watch the first episode, and that's it. Like I had a chance to watch the second episode today, but I had to do work. I gotta work, unfortunately. Season 2 came out on Netflix. Want to see it? Oh, did it? Let's see. Sorry, my panel is so small. It's okay. The Cappy kids don't watch JJK, so we don't have the the kiddos telling us the summary. You know. But yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could. But the unfortunate part is like I just don't I just don't have too much to say about Jujutsu Kaisen, unfortunately, because it's like I don't know anything about it. Like I mean, I can't say that I don't know anything about it. I mean, again, I did watch that first episode, right? So that qualifies me to talk about it a little bit, right? That's valid. Yes. I give her cartoon hands. No. But yeah, how are you doing, Goofy? Are you currently watching JJK? You can say that your wife doesn't watch it out of spite because her ex really liked it. That's what I'm gonna. That's where I'm. That's my story, and I'm gonna stick with it. And I did try to sketch, by the way, guys. Like I did try to start sketching the pose for Neon, like just to show you guys that I didn't completely like not do anything. Okay, it's just it was tough. This weekend was tough. But yeah, let me put the hands away. Let me put the hands thing away, and then we will work on it on the main image here. And once I complete this line art for the hands and stuff like that, I'm gonna pass this line art over to Mooney, and then Mooney is going to do what she normally does and help to start coloring on this while I work on the neon art and stuff like that. I watched a lot of episodes of season 2, so I'm now on episode 41 or something, and it's great. Oh yeah, yeah, Hey, more power to you. Like whatever you guys like, right? Like I think it's cool to find something that you're watching and that you're like really super into and you can enjoy, right? Like for me, for the longest time, what stuff for the longest time for me was that like I did enjoy watching Game of Thrones, like a lot of people did and stuff like that, right? So that was one thing that I quite enjoyed, right? And I also liked watching anime. Like I'm not gonna lie, I know that a lot of people hate on it. It's fine. I understand why. But I did for a while there, like Sword Art Online. There was a time there where I was like, oh, this is kind of neat, and I actually um followed it and stuff like that. And the light novels were such a short read that I actually did read which one, which one was it, Fairy Dance, and that was the second uh series, right? And uh all the way up to Alicization. I didn't actually read Alicization at all. I did the first three, and then that was it. This is looking horrible to me. And then what else? What else have I what anime series I really liked that they don't make any more of? Grimgar of Ashen Fantasy. I really like that one. I know the anime is slow as all heck. A lot of people did not like it. It was like watching paint dry for a lot of people. But I actually liked it enough that I did read the light novels for that one too. Though I didn't get that far into it. I believe I got, well, I can't say anything because it's like spoiler territory, right? But I definitely passed the anime, and there was some exciting stuff that would have happened if they had a season 2, but unfortunately that's just never gonna happen. So there's that. I have a question. How do you see stuff in shapes? How do I see stuff in shapes? Well, it takes a lot of practice, and actually, as you can see, like I'm having a lot of trouble with the hands and stuff like that, right? But what you can do, like honestly, if you want to do this as practice, right? Like take something like this, right? Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Actually, if you want to practice, okay, so here's a reference of Honest that I've been using to you know, figure out like, you know, like what she looks like, right? And what you want to do actually, and this is something that a lot of artists do. I'm not the only one that does this. This is something that a lot of artists do. But you got to go into to this, right? And then you just kind of like on top of it, right? You just kind of like, okay, so the hand is like this shape. This is like kind of like that, right? And then the thumb comes out of it, right? So you just kind of like go in there and just like draw out what you think, you know, some of these shapes are, right? And then like you're training yourself to look for the simple shapes and volumes that are going on here, right? So actually, this finger comes out like this, and then this finger goes down like this. And I'm actually probably doing this in too detailed, and stuff like that, right? Like, but you got to train yourself to look for these types of shapes inside of your references and things like that, right? And you know, that's how you can kind of start forming things. Like everybody does the Loomis method for the head, right? Like what the hell is the Loomis method? It's when you draw the big circle with the cross in front of it to position where the eyes and all that other stuff, right? It's like, you know, you can kind of see how that works when you go and you break down a character and you simplify it, the shapes. You can actually see where all this stuff is coming from. By doing exercises like this, and just take your favorite characters and just do these things to them, you know, like, you know, so that you can find where everything is first, and then like you train your mind to look for the shapes. It's not about seeing it in shapes, but rather like looking for them where they exist and stuff like that, right? And then just seeing if you're able to replicate that at some point, you know. So this is kind of something that, like, you know, I was doing a lot of with certain anime characters and stuff like that. And you might be thinking, well, Bard, that didn't help you with the hand, right? At all. Because you're having, like, a shitload of problems trying to draw her hand right now. And, you know, like, I probably should have done something like this before I started trying to draw hands and stuff like that. But that's kind of how you gotta do it. You gotta just break down, you know, what you see. And so, like, I think for her chest, right, like, you know, you basically got like this thing going, which is kind of similar to the universal the universal art animation shape of a character and stuff like that, right? So, like, you know, and then the more times you do this, the more you train yourself to kind of look for these things inside of every character that you know that you want to draw and stuff like that. So, you know, like, I would highly advise that you just go over, you know, your favorite characters and just break them down into simpler and simpler forms. I mean, you could even, like, you get to the point where you've broken them down so much, right, that you'll remember how to do certain things. Like, I remember when I was, like, little, and I was doing that for a lot of characters, but one character that I was trying to do that with was, here, let me see if I can still do it, right? I could still sort of do it. Him and his one big mono eye that's separated by a unibrow. And then he's got his freaking shark fins for some reason. I can still do this a little bit. It's not as good as when I was little though, when I would like do this every day. I could kind of sort of draw Sonic still. I was never really like big into the Sonic fandom. It's just like it was just one of the things that I like to constantly repeat because it was so simple to be able to do the shapes on him and stuff like that. And then you just clean this up and then you get like a Sonic the Hedgehog, you know? Yeah, and he's running. He's got to go fast. But he's not ugly enough. My favorite Sonic is actually Ugly Sonic. Damn Sonic. Yeah, I know, Saya. It's damn Sonic. And then everybody draws the circles here instead of actually drawing his feet. This is what everybody does. Maybe I should have drawn Sonic OCs for everybody. That should have been my my thing. Draw Sonic OCs for people. It's an 8-man infinity. Oh yeah, you're right. It's like How you doing, Saya? Hopefully everything's okay. I know it's not really, considering what happened in the last few days, but you know. But yeah, you know, I highly advise anybody that's like, you know, wants to draw anime characters and stuff like that, just go to your favorite characters and do breakdowns and simplify the geometry for yourself and draw lots of this. Like draw lots of cylinders in different angles, draw lots of squares. I know this is something that a lot of people say on YouTube videos, and then other people will argue with you and say, hey, this doesn't work. Actually, this helps me a lot. You know, like if you are able to draw certain polygonal objects well from different angles, then it teaches you how to you know, build the foundations for, you know, drawing like any character and stuff like that. So you should do that and then think about drawing, breaking down characters into simpler shapes and stuff like that. You'll kind of find your way there if you do more of that, you know? 1 hour overtime at work. Bro, I just remembered. No, Saya, no, please. Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. This could be a sticker. I mean, it could be. It could be. If we could do the ugly Sonic version with the strangely human-like uniformed teeth. I'm not doing it right. Jalen Brunson better win the okay, Saya, like, here's the thing, right? So he and Hart can just raw dog it on the court when they win. I wouldn't be surprised. You know? I have a wait, that's all really I should have found out earlier. Oh, yeah, like, you know, it's not about like being able to see it, but training yourself to do it. And you don't need to do that with characters either. You could do that with like photos of animals, of regular people and stuff like that. Like just breaking down objects into simpler forms and then just doing it enough times where you start to just repeat those objects and stuff like that at all times, right? So like 1, 2, 3, 4. What I've been trying to do is like find a way to simplify, you know, and draw her hands and stuff like that, right? Like so that I can do this, right? Like, you know, like with by drawing her, you know, like hands properly. The problem right now though is that like I'm losing too much patience for it and stuff like that, and I think that like, you know, like I'm not looking at a reference for the hands either. I'm trying to come up with it from my head, and that's not working. So like this is all not adding up into anything right now, and that's what's causing me. Like the base that I sketched out already doesn't actually work as a hand, so that's why it's giving me so much trouble. So what I really got to do is like just go back to the drawing board again with this, and then just like kind of, figure it out from scratch, right? And this is the tough part about arting. Like you really got to figure this stuff out. um and I'm already really not doing it right now. But yeah, Isaiah, like, you know um like, honestly, I I okay, Saya. Like, when 94 happened, no joke. When John Starks in Game 7 happened, we were all fatally traumatized for life. Every single Knicks fan out there has been waiting since 94 for something good to happen. And yeah, like, we made it back to the finals in 99, right? But that's with the caveat of, we knew that season was a lockout season, and like, everything was weird about that season. The fact that they went from the 8th seed to to making it to the finals in the first place, right, was an anomaly. But it was only an anomaly because nobody was actually the seed that they were supposed to be in, right? Like, it was a shortened season, and like, everything that was happening in that season was just crazy, right? Like, like, nothing about that season was normal and stuff like that. And so that run, just like kind of like how a lot of people make fun of the COVID run for in 2000, right? Like, it's sort of like, it feels like, yeah, we accomplished something, but at the same time also it doesn't feel real and stuff like that. So we've been like, because of the way that 94 happened, I think that every single Knicks fan out there does not believe it. There's a small part in their heart that does not actually believe anything that's happening right now, because it's somehow like, okay, I will tell you, I was talking to somebody at I got off a train at some point, and I heard them, and they happened to be a Knicks fan too, and they were talking about, this was last year's playoffs, right? And they were just kind of like, yo, why can't anything ever happen easily for them? Why does everything have to be a struggle? They should be beating these guys. But no, they gotta freaking lose the games that they're supposed to win and make it even harder for themselves for no reason. And then they end up actually, they not only lose game 1, but they end up losing the series for no reason. Even though, like, all metrics should have had them winning, but unfortunately Indiana was playing like the destined team at the time, right? So it's kind of like, it's just one of those things where it's like, it it's a good thing that's happening right now, but do you really believe it? I feel like we're so traumatized that a lot of us are just like, we're just waiting for the other shoe to fall at this point. We don't really believe that it's gonna happen, but we have hope. But I'm not gonna be like this have the unrealistic expectations like some of the other fans, like a certain announcer guy who like thinks they're gonna just win it all just because of one game, when at the same time it's like, you look at what Oklahoma is doing, and like, if you want to just go on like what is it? If you just want to go on like analytics, I mean Oklahoma, they're still quite a few points higher than Mix right now on everything. So I still don't think that it's gonna happen, unfortunately. I this is just me being traumatic. Like my trauma is still there from all those years. Fuck the Thunder. MJ can't beat the dude. Nobody can beat the Thunder when you got calls the way that they do. I don't even know why the refs call what they call for the Thunder. It's like, holy crap. Sometimes some of that is so egregious. Like, yo, when SGA just kind of runs at like, here's the freaking, here's the hoop. He just runs at the hoop over here, and then right around here where the foul line is, he just looks at it, and then instead of like making a shot, he's just like this. His legs all over the place. His hands like, oh my god! And then he swings his hair backwards this way and throws the ball upwards this way. It's not even going towards the hoop. He just does that. And then you're like standing over here at the 3-point line, but then you get the foul called on you. Like, how do you beat that? How do you beat that? How does that always happen? Fucker, we're so simple. Oh no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be I shouldn't be reinforcing your trauma. I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about your favorite NBA YouTuber, the guy who loses his voice every... Oh, yes, I know. Awful coaching, yeah. I don't even watch his videos because I think he has a point. I just watch his videos because I'm just kind of like, man, he is really... He's gonna... The fact that he uploaded the video gives me hope that, you know, nothing bad has happened to him, okay? Like, you know, I'm not saying that, like, anybody has any beef with him or anything like that. I'm just saying, that can't be healthy for anyone. This is why no prostitute accepts me, even when I pay for Or what does... one of his videos was something like, this is why I can't have kids or something like that. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. And then apparently he's got like a feud with Gilbert Arenas now. I'm like, whoa, what's going on there? What is happening? Okay. So this is more of a way that, this is another way to approach sketching, when you just look at, when you just kind of do this. Sometimes it helps me, sometimes. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, they were kind of beefing last year. Gilbert is a fan. He just nut-checked AC to see if he's... Oh, I see. Nah, it's like seriously. In all seriousness, those videos, man, they just make me laugh. It's like how does I get it. I get it though because like when you think about fans of sports teams and stuff like that, right? Like one of the big things about fans of sports teams is that how unrationally like like affected they are by everything that their team does. Like sometimes man when like I feel like sports fans are just like another breed of human being. Nepotism. Wait. Um, his meltdown last year was legendary. All of us, I mean, all of us, nepotism, fucking coach. Yeah, that whole thing with Nick Nurse, and he just kept saying the word nepotism. Like, what's going on? And it's like, yeah, I think the funniest thing to me too is like, I can see someone like exploding like that, right? Like at one of like we think it's a joke, but then there's like those parents that go to the little league teams for their kids and just absolutely go insane. Like, like, and they're like the coach and everything like that. I can see that happening, and it's like, oh no. No, but yeah, like sports stuff. Like I actually there was a time there where I actually kind of gave up a little bit in terms of watching and stuff like that. Like I still haven't really gone back to watch a whole lot. Like I'll watch highlights and stuff like that, right? But I'm not like actively like watching the games live as they happen. Like I kind of follow the scores when I can and stuff like that, right? But I'm not like the most avid watcher at this point, and it's because like emotionally with sports, it's very draining because like sometimes like you're so into a team, right? And like you're just waiting for them to win something, like, and it's taking them forever to get to the point, and then sometimes they just never get there, and then you're just kind of like, yeah, I can't have this in my life anymore. I don't want to end up I don't want to end up like awful coaching and being upset about like to that point. No, but that shit is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That I like I think it's like unhealthy to be that like to be that upset about anything. But my god, that shit makes me laugh. Like, we are all spiritually awful coaching. We really are. I think that's the truth nobody wants to accept. Do you think he got fired from his kids' basketball team for yelling at the kids? I would not be surprised. but wait, Mooney. Like, actually, I'm wrong. He remember the Philadelphia 76ers is the reason why. No, wait. Is it the Sixers or was it the Hawks? I forgot which team. They're the reason why he can't have kids. It's like so ridiculous. He screams at professionals because they get paid millions for shit coaching. He also never blames the players too. Yeah, it's kind of funny how it's always the coach's fault. Like, it's like, oh no. AC is a comrade, yeah. Though it's kind of insane at this point, right? Like, what was it? Like his last few videos, like you could hear the moments when he's like he's yelled so loud and so like with so much strength in his voice that he's gasping for air. That's why I feel like I'm like, oh no, like I always feel like, oh man, please don't. Like I think because Mooney was watching me listen to one of the recent videos and stuff like that, right? And like I think we were like Mooney had said like, oh, he's probably already heard his voice already. Because I had commented, I was like, oh man, like he really should stop before he like does some real damage to his voice. And Mooney was like, it's probably too late. Because you gotta worry about that, man. Like, you could really hurt your voice like that. And I'm like, whoa, man. But I guess, like whatever works, right? Like in terms of content creation. I mean, like all props to him. That is working like crazy for him. So okay. So I got her fingers in there finally, right? Um they're not ideal because they're kind of very sausagey, as it were. They're not like long and slender like a lot of other people like when they draw anime characters, right? But I will nudge them into place. It's okay. We will nudge them into place. The breathing is so funny. It really is like, I think it adds to the fact that like how funny, like, and I don't even think it's like is it intentionally humor or humorous, or is it part of the bit, or is this like, you know what I mean? Is like, because you can see like some fans really do get that, that invested. So, Unfortunately, I think that for myself, like if I ever like let's say that I ever did a channel like that where I just go like nuclear on stuff, right? I don't think I have the like the ability to project my voice to the point where I'm just kind of like, doing that and stuff like that. Like I can be loud when at certain times, right? And stuff like that, but I don't think I can maintain that level of um ferocity. I hope they have like one of those like I don't even think it's gonna it helps, but I hope they have like a sound booth or something like that where to help with dulling that, so their neighbors can have a little peace of mind. But I seriously doubt that a sound booth can help with that. Like that shit is like, man. There. And now I gotta put let's see, she's got a ring on 2 of her fingers. I missed the last thing. Oh yeah, I was just saying like how like I don't think like a sound booth could help in this situation because I wonder how their recording setup is like, right? Like can you imagine what their neighbors have to go through like every time this dude records like a video? And this is like almost every night at this point because of like there's like a game like every other night or something, right? So like I can only imagine like when they're recording this they gotta like hide in a basement or some structure that has like really thick walls or something like that, and it's still like going through all that because sound travels, guys. Like I don't know if you guys know this, but it's very hard to actually have like complete silence, right? Like when even when you go like on something like Amazon and you see like, oh, this is like soundproof material or foam or something like that, it's not really like there's it's sound dampening, but it's never really like soundproofing like the way that they're advertising stuff where it'll get rid of all the sound and nobody can hear you going crazy or watching your chicken tie or whatever, like that's not a thing that happens with that stuff. Okay, they just know he's going hashtag beast mode. Yeah, they're like, oh man, there he goes again. Okay, cool. We got the line art here done. I mean, there are little things that still need to be added to it, right? Like little like uh get him, coach. Finally, I got to log off work. Oh, nice. It's time to enjoy the rest of your day or evening, depending on what time it is for you. But yeah, after this, I'm gonna hand this off to Mooney. Mooney's gonna do the coloring on this, right? She's gonna start the coloring process, and then I'll come back into complete what I can on this one. And we did actually, she did have actually a pretty good idea for this one, though I don't know if we're gonna do it, but in order for me to actually do the idea that she proposed, I would actually have to edit the line art here at this point too, which is not the hardest thing in the world to do. But it's fine, right? It could be for next time. Yeah, it could be. And then I gotta get into sketching out the artwork for Neon. You know, like, so that maybe that by the time we're back from yeah, I keep saying these things, but they never happen. I can't promise that it'll be something that happens by the time we get back from Anime North, but you know, it's something that, you know, I could potentially work on, you know, on the way and stuff like that, right? And then you know, I do want to draw Rappy after that. It seems almost like I'm on like a Nikkei training arc, right? Like there's so many Nikkei characters that I want to draw. But after that, you know, we're headed towards the summer, so I think it's time once more to explore, draw Drake's armpits. Is that what everybody wants to see? Everybody wants to see armpits? You know, armpits are a very special like thing to master, right? Like honestly, like drawing armpits is very it's a skill. It's a skill. And most of it, I will tell you guys, most of it is from the coloring. Like you've got to color the connection between the arm and the shoulder and the chest muscle, right? Like you got to color it in a certain way so that you're getting all the folds as it were. Like so it's like it is like drawing armpits is a skill and a half, okay? Don't render it like no no. That's not how we're doing this. This is not how we're doing it. No, but yeah, like, which, you know, reminds me, like, maybe one of the things that, I should do is a series of, art, like, things where we focus on, like, as you guys can see, I had so much trouble with the hands on this one. Maybe we should do a set where all we're doing is breaking down hands of different poses and drawing them and stuff like that, right? And we should also do one where we focus on feet, you know, like breaking down different feet poses and stuff like that, and just doing a whole catalog of it, and then just trying to remember the, you know, what we've done with that, right? So that we can replicate it later on. And then we just, you know, body parts, just all kinds and stuff like that. Maybe we should do something like that, though it might actually not be on Twitch that I should do that on, because, you know, as you guys know, there's a lot of body parts that, you know, technically, you know, we really cannot be drawing here. But, you know, like overall I'm happy that we got this far with the line art on Anis, and I'm hoping that I didn't forget too many things here, and that, you know, but even if I did, you know, like we'll get them in there. It's okay. People don't draw the pit muscle that bulges. Is armpit muscle a masculine trait? I'm so real. So it's not necessarily the muscle of the like, okay. It's not necessarily a masculine trait. So what it is that the armpit, there is like a connecting muscle, right? Like, so pretend, like, if you have the ball of the shoulder, for example, right? Like, so the ball of the shoulder is here, and then you have like you have the bicep over here, right? And the rest of the arm and stuff like that. So your bicep comes out of here and then connects to the shoulder, right? But then the shoulder has attachments this way along with the bone over here, right? That goes into the pec the muscle, the pec muscle, over here, and then there's this other side over here that does the same, but then comes out to the back, the back, right? So it's like kind of like understanding that first, like you gotta understand that first, and then when you look at other characters, you gotta remember all that, and then hope that you can kind of get that all in there and stuff like that, and then you get, you kind of get the shape that you guys are like somewhat familiar with and stuff like that, and then you can draw the other stuff that's. Then you get the hairy underarm. Because you guys like hairy underarm. I'm pretty sure that's what you guys like. people, people, people draw the dip so much, but not the bulge. And then it's like, like a lot of people I know, they always like to draw the what is like the anime style, like the arm reaches upwards and stuff like that, right? Like they like drawing that whole setup, right? And then like it has that, like all the folds there, and then the shoulder muscle, like you could see like the shoulder still as a part of it, and then that has all the attachments to the booba and stuff like that. They like drawing that a lot, I know. I mean, we can't really get more detailed than this on this, but I know lots of people like this sort of like up here, and then they focus on the armpit over there. It's such a weird thing. Like you could take any body part and just do like a whole series on it like that, But yeah, you know what? We got here. We're finally done with this this line art. I'm really happy. Real. But yeah, I think that's about as much time as we can dedicate to this for tonight. Thanks for dropping by, guys. Like seriously. Again, I know like I always like I don't have the most consistent streaming schedule. I'm trying to be more consistent, but it's tough. It really is, like I wish I could be more consistent, but until that happens, it's okay. I will be back tomorrow to do more arting and stuff like that, right? Like I might actually be tomorrow. I might actually take the opportunity to correct some artwork a little bit too, because one of the artworks that I could not do any work on when I was over in Bounty Hunterville was actually this piece that I drew of Sicilian immigrant, right? Like, so like there's not much that I would change about this, except for the fact that when I flip the image, then it's noticeable to me. I feel like I gave her chin. Her chin is much too long here. I need to lift her chin just a little bit, right? So I'm gonna work on doing a little bit of a correction here to this one. And it's like, even though this one is such like it's already a complete image, so Bard, how are you gonna even manage that, right? Actually, there is a way to do it. Like it's you just, I'm not gonna edit any of the layers and do it like layer by layer like that. That's a little bit too much. I will show you guys how I do changes and stuff like that to this. But like, like I wanna fix that one, and I also need to complete certain artworks too, right? So there's another artwork here that I had actually worked on for a long time that I did not finish at all just yet, right? So like I know that I got further on the other, I got further along on this than the file that I have here, so I got to transfer that file over, a Spoodergwen. And then I also have another one too that I need to complete. I actually have quite a few artworks here that I need to finish. Just finish to finish and stuff like that, right? So maybe this week is a good week to do that, to finish and correct older work while I'm prepping, for tabling at Anime North. And yeah, like that's another thing. GG's, I know. But that's another thing that I will say again. If you guys happen to be at Anime North next weekend, right? Drop by the V Fleet booth. You might see a certain robotic human avatar that I'm sending out into the world, and and you might even get to interact with some VTubers while you're over there. But yeah, we're gonna be at Anime North, and I'm gonna actually have a space to do my art tabling at that convention. It had just happened kind of suddenly, but I'm getting prepared for that by restocking a lot of the stuff that I had for CarrierCon that I brought over to Cappytown. So yeah, like if you guys happen to be going, don't be afraid to come and say hi, or if you wanna check out some of the work or check out some of the VTubers while we're there, that's cool too. And yeah. Anyway, let's see who is around. I gotta see who's around. Hold on. Let me see something here. Before we go, is anybody here? Oh yeah, I heard that Devil Dinosaur and Cyclops are gonna be in Marvel Rivals. That's kind of crazy. That is heck of a crazy thing to happen. Devil Dinosaur of all people. I wonder if Moon Girl's gonna be in the game then, if Devil Dinosaur's gonna be there. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's go watch some Marvel Rivals. let's go watch some Rivals. Here we go. We're gonna get this raid started, and yeah, like if you guys want to, I will be back tomorrow to do some more arting, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys there. And yeah, we will have lots of time, lots of fun, and maybe even have something to scream about, just like Mr. Awful Coaching. All right, I'll see you guys in like a day. And yeah, hopefully we will have more arting stuff done and ready for after Anime North when I get back. And yeah, we're gonna just get to it. All right, see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day. Yeah, here we go.